What up, people? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again with the second video of the day. How you guys doing? Today, we're going to be discussing the tactics, Arteta's tactics that he used near the end of the season with his 3-4-3. And just before I get started, let's drop some likes on the video, guys, and subscribe to Sunny TV Arsenal. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, today we're going to be talking all about tactics. We're going to be getting into formations that we've played. We're going to get into how we spread the pitch and how everything looks, and everything that has to do with tactics and Arteta's tactics near the end of the season, and how everything changed when he came in. When you guys really think about it, Arteta came in. We were one of the worst teams, and we were one of the worst teams defensively. We did not have good shape. We did not have a good organization. As a team, we were one of the worst teams defensively. Our defensive record in the league was terrible, and when you think about it, we were losing games from winning positions consistently. There was one thing that you could say consistently was going wrong with our team. It was defensively. And Arteta came in. No one knew what he was going to be like, what he was going to do, and all we knew was he originally worked with Guardiola, and that he was an assistant manager with Guardiola. And everyone was saying, hey, he puts out the cones, this, that, just making fun of the whole situation, joking about it. But in my opinion, Arteta always knew he had a plan coming in. And you know what? It ended off better than it ended up with the FA Cup. So whatever you guys think, Arteta did come in and he did change it. And he does have ambitions. His ambitions are, and his plans are, to win us the Champions League. So with that being said, let's get into it. We're going to talk about formations. We're going to talk about how we're going to get to this possible Champions League one day, and just how we're going to look at the tactics. So let's get started. So Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta came in. When Mikel Arteta joined Arsenal, he knew that his work was cut out for him. Let's be honest. He obviously knew his work was cut out for him. He came into a team that had a 34% win ratio, and we were drawing games every single time. Remember, we at that point did not win a game for a couple months, and when he came in, we were a club in turmoil, right? We were closer to relegation than we were promotion. We were closer to relegation than we were top four. That was really sad. And then when he came in, he initially thought about having a formation that was going to look like it was going to be a 4-2. 3-1, right? That's what he originally came in thinking that he was going to play. But then he quickly realized he had to change everything around. Because it just did not work at that point. Everything had to change, and when he started to tinker with things and work and start changing things around, that's when we started to win more games and things started to get better. Now, we raised our winning percentage near the end a little bit more. We raised it to about 50%, and we reduced our goals from 1.5 to 1.05. That is a 0.4 difference. Like, that is amazing when you think about it. No, that's a 0.3 difference. That's really good, right? So let's get into what Arteta opted to do, because Arteta opted to do some things that were quite bold when you think about it. First thing, he changed our team from a back three to a back four, and this is probably the reason why he did it. If you look at this, you can see that defensive actions and stats per game. Our tackling, tackles won, we didn't have to do as many tackles. After that, we changed it to back three. Successful pressing. They did not press the ball as much. Our opponents did not press the ball as much when we were in a back three. Due to our shape, they were unable to press us due to the fact that they would have overloads, and it would cause them to get out of their shape. So they did not press us as much, right? Now, getting to the next thing, blocks. It decreased our blocks, it increased our interceptions, and it decreased our clearances, which means we're not having as much pressure on us when that was happening. Now, moving into the next thing, what you got to realize is we built out the back a lot easier in a back three than we do build out the back in a back four. Okay, let me show you guys what I mean. When we build out the back from a back three, what happens is you have David Luiz, who's a center of the back three, and you got Tierney, who's the left of a back three, and Tierney can move out more wide. And when he moves out more wide, he can then push everything a little bit to the side and make it a little bit easier for the center back to pass the ball to him, and he can push the attack forward. And now Tierney can almost become like a default left back, and he can even join into the attack. So with that being said, with Arsenal having Tierney as a left back, a natural left-footed player, he slots right into the back three, and he pulls players out wide and overloads into the left channel, making it easier for our attack with Aubameyang and Ainsley Maitland-Niles attacking Chelsea in the FA Cup final. That makes that whole overload with having three players that are in that area a lot easier. In addition to the fact that Aubameyang is naturally right-footed, he can come in and cut in on the inside. If Ainsley Maitland-Niles, also right-footed, can come in and help on the attack and do the overloads defensively, also get back and track back. And then you have you can see here that the defender is now having to come back even further, and you're going to have attackers even coming back even further because they have three people in the back, with a total of 6 people at the edge of the box on the Arsenal attack, due to the fact that we have now Tierney and wing backs plus our additional 3, in addition to Ceballos joining into the attack, which gives us a lot more solidity in our attacking frames. Now, when it comes to Arteta, one thing that he did do as a coach, he made some big changes near the end of the season with his system. When he made that system change, Arteta then beat his former manager Guardiola in the FA Cup, and he also beat Liverpool, which is a hallmark of any good manager, being able to win these big games comprehensively against big top opposition. And he should have gotten a lot of heads should have turned after that. If they didn't already have their heads turned based on Arteta, it definitely turned after that. Now, let's get into what happens when we're on the ball. On the ball, we used to keep the ball a lot in our defensive half. Now, you can see here that Tottenham did score off of pressing Kolasinac, which is the man in the corner right here. But the thing that happens is, for example, against Manchester City, let me show you guys Manchester City. So against Manchester City, we had Jesus would press David Luiz, and David Luiz getting pressed by Jesus would then create the opportunity to pass the ball to a Kieran Tierney, and Kieran Tierney going out wide as a center back would create problems. Due to this is how we actually scored one of our goals. We were building out the back and moving the ball from right to left, creating problems with their pressing. So then you'd have Jesus would press, which would then make Kevin De Bruyne have to press Tierney, and then Tierney would be able to find the man in the middle, such as a Lacazette, and then Lacazette can do the cross pass to the other side of the pitch, and it would then cause even more havoc. In addition to that, you have our pressing, the teams pressing us due to the fact that we have a weak midfield. Due to the fact that we have 2 people in the midfield, we create an imbalance within the team due to our lack of midfield coverage. And when we changed our formation, we knew that we were going to have only 2 people in our midfield with Xhaka and Dani Ceballos. Now, Xhaka and Dani Ceballos might not be the best midfielders when it comes to having a 2-man midfield, but near the end of the season, they were quite impressive when it comes to their on-ball ability. Maybe not the best creative midfielders, but with our 3-man defense, you're basically asking some of your midfield creativity to come from your defense. And with David Luiz on the ball and his ability to ping the ball over the top, and in addition to pinging the balls through the defense through the attacking pressure into the midfield and even forward to the forward line, it gives you another opportunity to change the game. And that is one of the things Arteta did with his back 3 that changed the game for us. Another thing you can see here, you got once Tierney gets the ball out wide, he can definitely just make that pass straight into Lacazette, and it makes things easier. And when they're pressing, it just gives us that extra little bit of solidity when the team presses, because you suck them in and then you pass it on, and then you pass it on, and so on and so forth. And you have them on their back foot. We constantly did this, right? Now let's look at what happened throughout the season. Throughout the season, we have David Luiz, and David Luiz is not the strongest player, right? David Luiz is not the best midfielder. He doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to his defensive errors. He's very error prone. So what you do is you put him next to two people who you can trust, that can help him out. So I have this here in front of us. So what we did was, as a club, we made sure that we always had somebody covering David Luiz. David Luiz always had two people next to him near the end of the season. Near the end of the season, when you had two people next to him, that means David Luiz could go forward. That means you could move him over, and you could have Tierney move over, and David Luiz could then have more space. And sometimes it even became a default back four with Bellerin dropping back and Tierney going like that. It would sometimes become a default back four due to the fact that Ainsley Maitland-Niles would be so high up the pitch. But going back to normal, you can see here that it doesn't matter who it was, either Pablo Mari or Kolasinac or Tierney, or even if it was Socrates, it doesn't matter who you throw in there. David Luiz was more solid in the back three, and it showed based on our performances near the end of the season, which was one of the reasons why Holding or Mustafi or Kolasinac or Tierney played a lot more near the end of the games. And this was very good. So getting back to the lack of the midfield coverage, when you're in this formation, it gives you an opportunity to tuck in your wing backs into the midfield, and it can help create the balance that you need against another three-man midfield. And then at that point, you can actually drop one of your defenders back to give you more solidity also in the back. So this formation gave us the opportunity to change, to mix it up a lot. At times, you would see a back three, and you'd have a 3-4-3, which is the default formation. At times, you'd see Ainsley Maitland-Niles join the attack, Tierney join the attack, and you see either Xhaka fill in, or you'd see Bellerin fill in, and everybody slide over. And you'd also see sometimes David Luiz moving into the midfield and having a back three. And you'd see a lot of times in the attacking range, you see Aubameyang taking more of an inward side. This should be Pepe, actually. I don't know why it's not Pepe. Let me just change it to Pepe right now. So you'd see Pepe closer to the far touch line, and then you see Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Tierney, and Aubameyang all within a close range. And at that point, you'd also see Lacazette dropping deeper. And this is how we'd sometimes default just get set up in the attack. And let me show you how that looks when we're in the attacking range. You can see a clear picture of this when we were facing Chelsea. You can see that you got Tierney, you got Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Aubameyang, you got Pepe coming inwards right now. I think that's Bellerin and Lacazette. And with Aubameyang there, he has the opportunity to play the ball deep into Tierney or into Lacazette's feet. Now, forget about what it does forget about what it does in that way. Look at this right here. Let me explain to you what I have in front of me right now. Just let me get the writing off the pitch. So what I have in front of me is what it does, the difference between the two. Okay. So when you change everything, it changes your attack, not only your defense. When you have a back four, it is a little bit more defensive, but what it does is it creates some other opportunities for you throughout the pitch. What you don't realize is your shot creation, yes, it can go down, but at the same time, your opponents also can go down due to the fact that you have more people in the defensive side of things. Okay. Now, live passes leading to shots. Yes, we had less shots that we've created. We created less shots. We had a lot less touches in the penalty box. In our own penalty box, we had a lot less touches. You can see we moved higher up the pitch. Even though we're in a back three, we're higher up the pitch with the negative 0.266 in the touches in the penalty box. And this is probably the most crucial thing. Our touches in the midfield increased 0.93%. If you see that, that just goes to show you that us playing in a back three actually brought us higher up the pitch, and it gave us more opportunities to build from the middle instead of building and just pushing everything forward. Actually, our back four hindered us when it comes to defensively due to the fact that we did not have the pace to get back defensively, and we were not good enough defensively to depend on our two last ditch defenders to fix the day. Our key passes went down, but also these are probably the most important things. Granit Xhaka and Dani Ceballos and these guys having a two-man midfield and the ball being in the defensive hands more often gave us an opportunity to not miscontrol the ball as much. Our miscontrol passes went from 1.6 to 0.4 per game. That's 1.2 difference, negative. That is amazing. If you guys think about it, you only need one misplaced pass a game for the team to be just in like that. The same thing that happened to us with Kolasinac against Spurs. One misplaced pass, and we tied the game. A game that we just started to play well. And also dispossessed passes from 1.2 to 0.9. Absolutely big difference. Even though it seems like nothing, 0.3, one dispossessed pass can lead to a goal. So honestly, it's a lot easier to play in a back three, and it helps your team's solidity to play in a back three. And no surprise that Arteta has gone for this due to the fact that we don't have the most confident of defenders, although that might have changed with the players that we have signed recently. We don't know, but hopefully it has changed. But yeah, getting back into this, right? Let's get back into this. I just want you guys to I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. I'm not done yet, but I still got a little bit more to tell you guys. Now, Arsenal overloading in the wide areas has been a big part of the build-up for the back three, and they've helped the attack. When you think about it, they nullify the man-to-man defense, and it really does help when you have a back three, because if they try to do a man-to-man defense, they physically can't, which like Tottenham tried to do against us. They physically couldn't match man-to-man, even though they did do a good job pressing against us. Now, getting back into the next topic, he definitely needs to strengthen in the summer, which he's starting to do with the signing of Gabriel. But as he's done, I think he's done a good job coaching, and I think he's going to do a good job going forward. So I really hope that this does push us forward. After several years of stagnating, the future does look bright at the Emirates. And with a year where we just come off a FA Cup win, and the summer signings that we're hearing about looking better than they ever have, you never know. This could end up happening, and Arteta's tactics could be the manager who leads us to not only a Champions League but a Premier League title within 3 years. And he does have the aspirations to do it. So I hope that he can do it, and I definitely think we can get this done. Now, going back to the formations, let's go back to the formations and let's play around with this a little bit. So you guys know that next season we're going to have different defensive options. We're going to have players like Ainsley Maitland-Niles possibly could be sold. So do you think we're still going to be playing with a back three next year? That is one of the questions that I have for you guys. If we do play with a back three, do you think he's going to go with a William Saliba, Gabriel in the defense with David Luiz? Who do you think is going to play in the defense? And just before I get to some comments, I just want you guys to remember, we still don't know who we're going to play in goal. We don't know who we're going to play in defense. We don't know if we're going to sign new midfielders. One thing we do know is Aubameyang and Pepe are probably going to start. And the formation is still going to be probably a 4-3-3. I mean, a 3-4-3. And most likely, we have ourselves a manager that a lot of people are going to have to start worrying about. And don't forget, when Arteta came in, he said everything that I needed to hear from a manager. He has non-negotiables, and he's not playing games with people. He's not playing games. So, guys, you tell me in the comments what you guys think about what's going on at Arsenal, and I'm just gonna jump into some of these comments. Let's get into some of these comments. Okay, so I got a spanner. What? Tierney and Saka go down the left. Good combination. Yeah, you're right. We definitely could. Ainsley Maitland-Niles leaves. Don't forget, Saka is going to take that spot in that as that left wing back role in the 3-4-3. Thiago's coming. Hopefully he comes. Thiago comes in. That's big. That's big. Don't forget. We were talking about this earlier today. Thiago coming in, that would be massive. That would be massive. What else is there? Big up to you guys on Facebook. Don't forget, guys, while you guys are here, don't forget to hit a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel while you guys are here. Don't forget. Now, what else do we got? But yes, Partey, Coutinho, Aurier. Highly unlikely that we're going to get all three of them, but it can happen. Guendouzi, Elneny need to be shipped out ASAP. 100% agree with you, bro. 100%. Okay. Let me just get back on these. What do you guys think about Arsenal's formation? Do you think we're going to be using the same formation next year? Let me see what you guys in the comments say about that, because I want to know what you guys think about these formations. Guys in the comments, let me know what you guys think about the formations. Let me hear what you guys think about how we're gonna play. Most likely, you're right. Saka might be that guy that joins in on this side. Most likely, this would be Ceballos, not Willock. But unfortunately, I can't add Ceballos into it because he's just not in the game yet. He's not in this app. So let me show you guys. When Saka joins in here, that's always a good near post, far post finish for Pepe. What else happens? We also remember our attack has times where it's almost like we change formations constantly. It's so fluid. Sometimes you could also feel like it's a full 4-2-4 at times. We change formations throughout the game so fluidly that Arteta has changed our tactics. He's changed our ability to change throughout the game. Our formation basically suits who we play. So, for example, when we faced Tottenham, you almost had Pepe dropping deeper, and it was a default like formation where we just change when we're on attack and when we're on defense. And then you also have times where Aubameyang drops deep, and you have Saka join in, and it's almost like Aubameyang is like the default help defender, and it's almost like a 4-4-1. I mean a 5-4-1 at times. There's times where when we're defending heavy, like against Liverpool, where this is the formation where the game ended in, and then there's times where we're facing teams where we need to go heavy, where we just go all out attack, and you see Tierney push forward, you see Bellerin push forward, and we only have 4 people in defense, 2 people in defense. Throughout the game, we've changed formations plenty of times, and it's super fluid with Arteta, and it's beautiful to see. It's absolutely beautiful to see, and it's not always been beautiful to watch football at Arsenal. Let's be honest. So yeah, let's see what you guys think. Big up to you, bro. Sunny, you guys know Sunny TV Arsenal. Check out Sunny TV Arsenal all the time. We're always on. We're going to be doing a Champions League final watch along tonight. So remember, tune back in for 7:45. We're going to be doing a Champions League watch along, and it's the Sunny TV Arsenal watch alongs, and everything is going to become more common. So you guys tune in for that. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video with your friends. And if you guys ever want to come on, you just need to send us a message, and we'll bring you on, right? Okay, so let's get into it. I think we should get that kid looks good from from Salzburg, Leipzig, right? RB Salzburg, not Leipzig. What am I saying? We need a short-term option together with the youngsters. Yeah, I agree with you. Some short-term options are good, and we need to keep these youngsters' energies up, and we need to give them competition. We can't just let them have all day to develop. Egal, also Sky Sports, no, Bean Sports, Grandstand Curves. Sunny, sometimes I don't understand what you mean, but you're my boy. We have coming from the academy who's good examples in front of them. Yeah, that's what I mean. We need some, like Willian is a good example for the Martinellis and these guys. It's a good example for them. Do you think Bayern or PSG will win? I think PSG are going to win, but Bayern are the big favorites. But I honestly think PSG are going to win, and I hope PSG win. I'm not like some of you guys where I'm like against PSG. I generally think PSG have been going through this for a long time. Let them win their friggin' Champions League and let them finally just sit down and chill. But hey, if they do win, people are going to be like, oil money wins you Champions Leagues. So there's a necessary evil for people to vote against PSG and most likely go for Bayern, because Bayern is like the club that does things the right way. They sign a Canadian player in Alphonso Davies. I'm Canadian, so I should be supporting him. But PSG. I think PSG is going to win. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see what's going on here. I hope we keep Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Okay, let's talk about this. Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, when talking about tactics, he's probably one of the most tactically flexible players that we have, and he brings you a level of versatility that none of our other players do offer you. Maybe Saka offers you that also. So what our academy players are very versatile. So Ainsley Maitland-Niles could play in the midfield, possibly part of a midfield three. He can play as a left back, right wing back. We've even seen him against Liverpool play as a right attacking midfielder. So Ainsley Maitland-Niles, being one of the most versatile players we have, to me, he's crucial, and it's kind of silly to get rid of him. What do you guys think? Let me know. What else is there? You got covered the whole package. Yeah, good. You got aft. Yeah, come on. Let's go. You guys are funny. I hope we finish above United. Terry would be triggered. Yeah, he probably would be. Let's see. I think we're going to use the same formation next year. At the back, I think David Luiz will play in the middle of the back three with Saliba and Gabriel. 3-4-3 is the tactical formation. Let's go, Gabriel. That's what's up, bro. These are the kind of comments I need from you guys, bro. Break it down for me. Bayern Munich are going to win. I think PSG are going to win. I'm with Skills. Mr. Bungle's in the house. Where is he at? Miguel is the foundation. Yo, Sonny, big up to you, bro. Mr. Bungles, cheers, bro. This one is a big, I can't tighten my nuts. What? What are you talking about? 100% agree. Okay, so yeah. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Just so you guys remember, this was a tactical show where we talked about everything tactics with Arteta, and we broke down the tactics for you guys and the back three. Next video I'm going to do when it comes to tactics, I'm going to show you guys how we could possibly line up once we're done all our transfers. I'm going to wait until we do a couple more transfers before I do a lineup show, but I'm possibly going to do a lineup show with Gabriel and Arteta. So look out for that, and look out for the Champions League. Look out for the Champions League final tonight. We're going to be doing Champions League final video tonight. And just so you guys know, 6 more days until Arsenal face Liverpool in the FA Community Shield. So look out for that. We're going to be doing a video on that also. And finally, we did a video earlier this morning at 12:45 on Fabrizio Romano's update that the Gabriel deal is finished. In addition to that, possibly a Bayern Munich world-class midfielder could be joining Arsenal, and Danny Ceballos update also. So if you guys want to know more about that, go check that out. And just before I go, I see you guys blowing up the comment section. Big up to Gunner Dread, big up to Mr. Bungle, big up to Gamer TV, big up to Sebi, big up to everybody who watches Glenn, big up to Skills, big up to Jabril, big up to Mark Mohan, big up to every single one of you guys in the comment section. You guys are the bread and butter and the foundation of the channel. And without you guys, we can't do nothing. And anyone new, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the content. Sunny TV Arsenal, it's the Kitty G. This has been the Tactics Show, and I'm almost out of here, so check it out, guys. Peace.